Hello, 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 hello. We are back, part 2 of Sunday. Make sure you've said that second affirmation. I want to thank you so much for coming in with me tonight. We're just going to sit back. If there's anything you like to talk about, more than welcome to hear about it. But yes, make sure you get your affirmations done. Also, just get yourself comfortable. I mean, we're just here. Open yourself up and just relax. I won't keep y'all long tonight. It's Sunday. I'm not gonna keep you long. I hope everybody had a great dinner. I didn't. I mean that. Nobody in my house. We didn't cook Sunday dinner today. I'm gonna cook something when I get off. I don't know what we gonna have. It's gonna be late, but I'm off tomorrow. Thank God I can at least sit up and let it digest, right? But we'll get something going. But anyways, I'm not really on a time limit tonight. But I do want to say hello, hello. If you are coming through, if you are here live, I want to thank you so much for your support. If you're watching this on replay, thank you so much as well. So take this time to say your affirmations once again and hit that thumbs up. So thank you guys so much for your support. I hope everybody's doing well. Hey, Marcia, how are you? I see you came in here, girl. Oh, hey. She says, did her affirmation this morning and hit the thumbs up. Open floor Sunday. Yes, getting ready for Monday. That's what we're doing, Miss Marcia. She says, Kiwa cooked leftovers and it was okay. Hey, leftovers is good. I'll take leftovers. Stacy says, can't stay getting in the car. Hugs, y'all love. Oh, we love you too, Stacy. Y'all be safe. Thank you for popping in. Lots of hugs, lots of love. Y'all be safe, like I said. Thank you so much for coming in, showing your love and support. We're going to miss you tonight, Stacy. We're going to miss you tonight. But yeah, so y'all tell me why I did nada. I was trying to get everything done. I was late because I ended up running to the grocery store like last minute. I did not want to do it. It's not like I went hella grocery shopping. I just like picked up a couple of items. So because it was already getting late, y'all, I just wanted to relax today. I didn't, wasn't trying to do nothing big. And I wanted to take the baby to the park. We did not make it. It is wet out there. We got some rain, so that would have been yucky. And I don't feel like cleaning up extra mud. I'm just keeping it real. I don't want to clean up extra mud. And then plus y'all know my car just got detailed. My boyfriend, he ended up detailing my car. I don't want all that mud in my car. Now, granted, we can clean it out again, but that's not always easy work, and that took time and dedication. But yeah, so I hope everybody's doing really, really well. So, like, if y'all missed me this morning, how was your morning? How's your evening going? Anything? Y'all ready for this week? You're ready for the week? I'm about just as ready as I'm going to be. I'm really excited that I am alive today. I'm excited that I got to come on here on Unique Inspirations with you guys twice today. I love Sundays. I love the fact that I get to come on here twice a day and hopefully just be able to inspire and motivate some people and just do some good things, Let's see here, Miss Marcia. Marcia says, it is raining off and on today. Lucky Kiva cut both lawns. Oh, wow. Wow. She was not playing. She was trying to get it done. That's the good thing, Marcia. And I bet you it smells so good. I love the way that the grass smell, like fresh cut grass. And then when you blend it in with that mist of rain, I love that smell. I love that smell. But the sun was out here today and we did get a little drizzle here, a little drizzle there, raining over here, raining over there. But however, the thing about it was I did not get to enjoy that smell. So I hope you guys got to take it all in. And I know it's like, are you serious? Like you get that hyped up behind rain smell and grass? Yes, I do. It's part of nature. And it's just really, really a blessing. So, that's what I was saying earlier. Get out and take in nature. It is so beautiful, and we take it so much for granted. We only think about it when we need it. Yeah, that's true, Marcia. Yeah, if you keep it low, it's less work you have to do and all that kind of stuff. And how often do you cut your grass? Or it kind of depends. Does it rain a lot? Because if it stay wet, I'm pretty sure it grows a lot. A lot of mosquitoes. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all, it's been a good minute since I've been outside, like at night during certain times of the year, because I have to say, thank goodness, I have not gotten bit by a mosquito this year so far. So they don't want my blood. I barely have any to give them. All they gonna be doing, they gonna be missing the iron anyways. They ain't gonna want me. They go taste me and go about their way. But I think they already know they can't smell me because my iron is depleted. I've had to take my iron pills, y'all. I'm on a roll with those. 3 days straight. 3 days straight. So I'm doing good with that. Marcia says, I wish it would rain. Can't recall the group. Maybe the Temptations. I wish it would rain. Let me see who sing that. You know who one of my mom's favorite groups were, Marcia? You remember Tony Tone Tone? Let me get the name of this song again. I want to look it up. I'm interested. Oh, okay, yeah, it depends on how often it rains. I kind of figured that. I can't remember who sang that song. Let me see. I wish it would rain now. But there's is it Phil Collins? Would rain. If I know he sings it. The Temptations. Yeah, so that one that you're talking about, Marcia, is by the Temptations. Yep. I wish it would rain. So you got it, Hey, you got it, Marcia. Yes. And then that other one that I was telling you about is by Phil Collins. I wish it would rain. Rain down. But yes. So Marcia, how you been since I last spoke with you? Hopefully good. You got your belly full. We gonna call it an early night after I eat. I'm not gonna make nothing too heavy. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna make, but hey Kiba, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping in and hitting that thumbs up. I so appreciate it. I just enjoy your mom's company. Thank you for letting me just rattle my mouth with her. But we have some good little conversations going. I just can't wait till I get to actually sit down with Miss Marcia and just have a good little field day. Marcia says, girl, just look out. It is not raining. My computer said off and on. Mm-mm. Marcia says, I will send you some taco soup that Kiba made every day. Okay. But I bet you it's good. So good. I miss a lot of like that old Southern cooking. I don't know how to cook like that. I don't. I really don't know how to do the old Southern cooking. I'm talking about that touch that my mom had, my grandmother had, my great grandma had, my aunts had, some of my uncles. I just miss that hand, that old school cooking hand, you know? Yes, yes. We do be schooling each other, Marcia. I love it. You can't go wrong by wanting to learn. You know, you cannot go wrong for wanting to learn. I mean, some things, granted, we probably shouldn't even want to know, but hey, in this world, we got to know just about everything we can possibly get to know in order to survive, right? Made yesterday. Yes, yes. And you know what the good thing about those is, Marsha, when you have like soups and like certain sauces for the food and you let it sit overnight and that seasoning set in, it tastes nothing like the original pot. And I like it because it sits and that season just sits in and woo, it sets in, and I mean that flavor, that leftover flavor be banging. And that's why I love like leftover spaghetti, leftover chicken, because all that seasoning that we use actually gets to settle and it definitely makes itself known. Okay, so you can freeze it. Oh, well, you could put it on some dry ice. Listen to me, my greedy ass. You can put it on dry ice. You can put it on dry ice and mail it to me, Marsha, and it will be perfectly fine. I'm so greedy. I love food. I don't get to eat like I used to because my appetite has just changed, but I still eat whatever I want to eat. So, but oh my goodness, I just can't like always indulge in it the way that I used to, which is a good thing. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm not going to complain about that. Ooh, poking myself in the eye with these glasses. Okay, so she was born in 1975. Okay, all right. I'll be the little sister. I'll be the little sister because she can teach me a lot of things too, you know? She can teach me a lot of things. I don't get mad. I love to learn things. Yes, it does. It definitely get better overnight. Mar- Marsha, for real. That dry ice, shoot, it'll make it all the way here in Texas. As big as Texas is, it'll probably get lost and found and back to me, and it'll still be good on that dry ice. So I bought this new creamer when I was at the store. This one I've not tasted it yet, but it's vanilla and caramel, and it's actually really good. I mean, it's not overly sweet. It's like perfect. It's perfect because I don't like to put a lot of sugar. And sometimes when you use that, and then sometimes I'm not always in the mood for that aftertaste of like the sweet and low or the Splenda or all that kind of stuff. So I feel like, if I want to go a little bit sweeter on my coffee, then I'll just put in some regular sugar. But usually the creamer does really, really well for me. So I ain't gotta, that's too much sugar. Someone would eat it. They sure would, but I don't want somebody else to get it before I do, Marsha. I want to eat. I want to eat it. I want to eat it. Yes, this coffee creamer. It's gonna be an ice cream night tonight too. The one that I got was by Coffee Mate. The coffee that I had put, the creamer that I bought was by Coffee Mate, and it's like I said, vanilla and caramel. It's good. It's actually good. I've never heard of that. Monk fruit. What is monk fruit? So it is like a sugar base? Is it like a sugar base? Look like granulated sugar. If you're in and coming in and out, thank you so much for coming in to join us tonight. Please make sure that you're hitting that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. We're just kicked back today. It's open floor Sunday. So come with your thoughts, come with whatever. You can just sit, you can listen. You don't have to engage if you don't feel comfortable or just feel like you just want to sit back, so just make yourself comfortable, whatever you want to do. Okay. Me and Marsha, we be going. We be going. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment with Miss Marsha. You don't think it'll make it to me, Marsha? It probably won't. It probably won't. It probably won't, Marsha. But it's okay. It's the thought. It's the thought that count, right? It's the thought. You were gonna actually consider. So, hi Tony, how are you? Welcome. Kick your feet up. Well, I am so glad. I am so glad you came through. I am so glad. We are just okay. Marsha, so Tony, like, how did you find me? It's interesting. I'm glad to have you. Make sure you say a nice affirmation for yourself. Give yourself an affirmation. The reason I have you do an affirmation is because I want you to remain positive. I want you to leave feeling wonderful. I want you to understand that you have entered a place where there is no judgment. We don't judge people here. We just want people to come and enjoy themselves and laugh, cry, do whatever you're going to do. We don't have time for the judgment. We're normal, imperfect human beings living in an imperfect world. I don't dress up. You might see me looking more decent some days than others, but it is what you do. You just gotta make sure that you stay strong and you build the person that you want to build. I always say I want to be treated like people, like I treat people. So how you treat others reflects on how it comes to you. So just be positive, stay strong. If there's anything that you'd like to talk about, please put it in the chat. If you would like to come on screen, you're more than welcome to do that. It's whatever you want to do. We talk about anything and everything here. Some days I'll put up a topic. Mostly every day I'll have a topic, but not necessarily saying that we will be flowing off the topic. But I really want to appreciate it, want to say it. I appreciate you coming through. I hope you really like the channel. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope this isn't the last time that you come in. This is all about being yourself, okay? Being yourself, that's it. And so today I wanted to just do open floor Sunday, meaning we just have open topic. If you want to talk, praise, think, cry, sing, clap your hands, it's up to you. Marcia says, it looks like sugar. We were talking about a substitute for sugar that Marcia actually was using. So Marcia, you said it looks like sugar, but it's okay. But it's like the sugar substitute, but better. Okay, I might have to try that. I might have to really try that, Marcia, because I don't mind, sugar. Like I love sugar, and that's probably the problem. I love sugar, and I used to just like douse it inside of my coffee, and then I realized that I wasn't even drinking coffee. I was drinking more of creamer and sugar and everything else because everything that I was putting in there was like overtaking the coffee. And so now when I drink it, I want to feel that effect. I want to taste that bitterness kind of the coffee, And so to me personally, and if y'all want to share what y'all like, but for me, I like the Colombian roast coffee beans. They're really good, but it ain't got to be Colombian, but whatever tastes good. Really, whatever tastes good. But I do like that one. And there's another one. I don't know which one that is that McDonald's use. Whatever McDonald's use, y'all, I love it. Whatever roasted beans is they packaging is really, really good. So, and they come in the K cups. So I will buy the McDonald's K cups too. So I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, thank you, Marcia, for sharing. You are so welcome, Tony. You are so welcome. Tony says the sugar substitute affected. You know what, Tony? I heard that before. I heard somebody say that substitute sugars affect the memory. I wonder if that's what happened to my memory. I wonder if that's what happened to my memory, because I'm gonna tell you, Tony, I was a sugar substitute person for the longest time, especially like in my earlier days when I started like dieting and trying to watch calories and carbs and all that kind of stuff. I used to use a lot of that substitute sugar. But you're not the only person I've heard, excuse me, you're not the only person that I've heard to say that. Um, However, I don't know. I wonder if it's true. You know what? I don't want to hurt my head. Let's see. Substitute sugar. Let's see if it's really true, or what does they say about it. Substitute sugar. Let's see what they say about it. Because they put so much stuff, but you know what? You know what, my grandmother was a very, very heavy smoker. And I remember we would try to get her off smoking those cigarettes, especially when her CPOD got really, really bad. And of course, her circulation in her legs and stuff started getting bad. And she was like, look, I will smoke these damn cigarettes to the day I die, because we all go die for something. And I'd rather die doing something that I enjoy than to die into somebody's bullshit. So I just wanted to share that with y'all, but that was my grandmother. So even if we are killing ourselves with this substitute sugar, it's okay. So I mean, here it says, besides its benefits, animal studies have convincingly proven that artificial sweeteners cause weight gain, brain tumors, bladder cancer, and many other health hazards. So I don't know. I mean, if they trying it on animals, these poor animals, y'all. I know that we have to do trials on so many different things for so many different things as well. But these poor animals be going through it. They be going through it. But now they trying to get people, humans, to do all these different type of studies. And oh, y'all, we'll study with this whole coronavirus vaccine shit. I don't know. We just going through it. We are going through it. She says, we got it at Big Lots or Walmart's. Okay, so I have both of those stores here. We have a Big Lots and a Walmart. I was surprised to know that some little cities do not have a Walmart. I went to go visit my friend one day. I forgot, but she was like, we don't have a Walmart here. But she was like, they were like in a city, but like outside the city. In her city, it was so small, they ain't have no Walmart. They barely had a convenience store. But I loved being out there because it was kind of like, Marcia, it's probably kind of like your town. Well, like the next neighbor is like, I don't know, a mile and a half mile down the road or so, something like that. Tony says, me too. Tony says, I don't use substitute sugar anymore, but I will sprinkle a little bit of salt in my coffee. It takes away the bitter taste. Oh, okay. But I like that bitter taste. But you know what? I was upset because you remember like last week, y'all, I went out of town, right? And so I stopped because I wanted some coffee. So I was getting the coffee and I was like, why is this coffee coming out kind of sluggish? But I knew like, kind of just, I don't know, thick kind of. So I was like, but it smelled so good. But when I tasted it, when I got in the car, which I should have followed my first instinct and tasted it while I was in the store. Because when I paid for it and left out of the store and on my road trip, that coffee was old coffee. It was gross. Like, it was no dressing up that coffee. I didn't even have no help for it. But I've never heard of putting salt to kill the bitterness of it. That's interesting. And that's another thing, Tony. We share so many different ideas in here because we all are just great individuals, and people forget how great they are. And when you are able to sit and think and process sometimes with like-minded individuals, people that want to learn, people that want to be good people and touch the world in so many bright ways, this is what we do, and this is, I go through each chat, and I go through the chats. I don't leave nobody unnoticed. So I try not to. And if I do, please call me out on it. Say, Trina, did you see what I put in there? I don't mind. I don't mind positive criticism at all. But yes, thanks for sharing that, because I never knew that you can actually put salt to take that bitterness away. Never knew it. Marcia says, Tony, this is a raw cane replacement. I do not like the sugar substitute. Hate the taste. My memory is spot on aged for 68. She said spot on. Spot on for six. Marcia, you probably think better than me. And that's no joke, because sometimes I got to think. Sometimes I got to just sit back and think. I can't process. Some things I just cannot process really fast. I can't. Oh, Kathy. Yeah, Kathy. She's really sweet. She goes on with Dean. Is that the one you're talking about, Tony? The one that's with Dean, the Hermit's Corner? I think it's Kathy Godlight. I think. Marcia says she has 2 stoplights and about 3,500 people. That was like 3,500 people, Marcia. That was like almost like my class, like my graduating class from high school. But I think we had probably about, I don't think it was quite 1,000, but I mean, still, when you think about it, I mean, my high school was almost as big as your town. But you know what? Let me tell y'all something though. But people, I'm laughing, but it's nice to live out in a small town like that. It has its perks, but it's actually peaceful. My uncle, before he passed away some years ago, he lived out. Him and his wife lived out in the country, and I used to like going out there. It was so peaceful. I mean, just going outside to sit on your porch, and you don't have all the noise from the inner city coming in. It's quiet. You can actually hear the nighttime sound. You know what night sounds like, and it's just beautiful and just, it's nice. I really, really enjoyed being out there. Now, granted, there would be days that I would be bored out of my mind, because it's not like you running around in a community where there's other children or, older kids your age. So I had made one friend, I believe, that lived down the street, but I didn't go outside much when I would go over there. So, but it was nice to meet her. But yeah, so yeah, I laugh at these little small towns, but they are nice in their own way. Marcia said, okay, but is Kathy has a channel? I try to support new channel. Yeah, Kathy's been had a channel, Marcia. I have to try and find it for you. Vivian's not in here because I know she's usually good at posting those, but I'm gonna have to pull it up for you, because yeah, she's had a channel for a long, long time. Even like, I think before the Hermit's Corner, like she's been out for a while though. She's been out. She's sweet. She really is. Okay, so you're right outside of DC. Oh wow, busy, 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 busy. What is it like over there right now, Tony? in DC. I mean, I know with so much commotion going on when we were over there with the whole Russia thing. I mean, how did that kind of affect you guys over in your community? Your brother calls you a detective. Why he call you a detective, Marcia? You be out there giving people tickets. You be handing out tickets, Marcia. Girl, they go fire you. Just don't be giving them blank tickets. Tony says, think it's Kathy Guiding Light. Yes, it is, Tony. It is. I knew I had Guiding Light in there. Guided Light. I'm sorry. I'm talking about guiding. But I'm thinking about that show. Y'all remember that old soap opera, Guiding Light? That used to be like my favorite. And my favorite couple off there was Reva and Josh. You remember Reva and Josh Lewis? I love them so much. Oh my goodness, they were my favorite. Yes, you have to check her out. You have to check her out. Dean's on there a lot with her, and she's on there a lot with Dean as well on his channel. So yes, check her out. Tony says my memory is fading. I'm trying not to claim it. Over time it happens, Tony. Over time it does happen. But you know what? Play some memory games. Those are usually good. Play some games where you still have to remember like how to spell, putting numbers and stuff in orders, just like matching games and stuff like that, because it will help you. It will help you. It will. Because when I first got sick, I had I did forget some things, not like nothing like major or anything like that, but because my thought process was slow, it had slowed down. I started playing like memory games and stuff, and that it works. Like it really, really, really works. So, and to this day, I still play it. You know, I don't know if you know that the game Word with Friends, but that's another one. Like it keeps you active. You know how to spell, how to just how to come up with words. And I'd be finding words that I didn't even know even existed. Be like, I didn't even know that I play this word. It sounds good, but I didn't think it would actually be a word. But yeah, there's different things out there. So get you some little memory games and flashcards and stuff like that, and it'll keep you going. Marcia says, I hear the birds, the dogs, see skunks and other animals. I can hear the train coming about 4 minutes before it passes my street. Wow. Wow. I don't know that train. Ooh. You hear that train for a good minute. See, I called out this is what I mean. I try not to focus on like the things that are going to irritate me the most. But when you said train, I think I can deal with everything else. But you hear it about 4 minutes before it even passes your house. So I can only imagine you hearing it 4 minutes before, then it takes about another 4 minutes to pass you. Then it takes another 4 minutes to get. That's too much time. That's 12 minutes, Marcia, of having to listen to that train. But hopefully they be polite about it. Marcia says, I ask questions. If he is lying, I'll call him out on it. Hey, that's what you're supposed to do. Ask somebody a question. But you know what? People will literally forget what they say when they're lying. They will forget that they said what they said. And then when you do that, when you call them out on it, it's like, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that, but yes. Just tell them, well, make sure that you keep telling the truth. And then you don't have to worry about lying to the detective and keep you in order. Okay, she says, Tony says nothing has changed. Okay. Love that. So Josh is now on Young and Restless. Is he? They still showing Young and the Restless? Are you serious? I thought they got rid of Young and the Restless a couple of years back, Marcia. I don't know because I don't watch TV like that. But I'm just saying, like, I thought somebody said that they had gotten rid of Young and the Restless. That's crazy. If that's the case, man, I'm gonna go. I bet you he looks so different. Now I want to go find Josh on Young and the Restless. Tony says there's two separate diseases. Okay. DC for politics and DC for regular people. I try my best not to go to DC if I can help it. Whew, girl, I don't blame you. Tony, I do not blame you. I'm not the biggest politic entertainer. I mean, I give props to people that can keep up with all that stuff because it is very important stuff, but some stuff it's like it just gets too carried away for me. But long as I know the basics, right? I think I'll be okay. Basic. Anything beyond that, I'll just have to ask somebody. My sister, she always good. She keeps up with like stuff like that, a lot more than I do. I got you. I got you. That's okay, Marcia. That sometimes that's the best thing to do. And sometimes being over there, you be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, okay, the freight train. She's like, no, I cannot do freight trains. Oh man, it's just that noise that I just I can't. I can't. It just makes it just gives me just anxiety, and it just makes me start looking around everywhere because the noise is so loud that sometimes it drowns out the noise in your environment. And when that happens, some people tend to take advantage of that and do neglectful things, unappropriate things, just doing things that they shouldn't be doing. So I have a tendency of just like looking around, trying to make sure everything's okay around me. Because it's like when you can't hear, and I don't know if y'all know that, but everything, all your other senses take place. So when you can't hear, you can probably see better, you can probably taste better, smell better, all these different things. Just like if you could not see, you probably could hear better, taste better, smell better. But I always tell people, and I know this is probably going a little overboard, but I tell people, if it was me and I had a choice, I would rather have no legs and be deaf, because I would love to be able to see and still use my hands, because we can push ourselves around with our hands and all that kind of stuff. I just feel like I would be much better if I can see and be deaf and have arms, no legs. But that's just me. How did I do that to freight trains? Anyways, Tony, you'll get me really quick. You'll you'll figure me out really quick. Marcia says yes, the number one soap, and Josh came on 2 months ago. Older but still looks the same. Oh, he was so nice looking. He was a nice looking fella. But yeah, that is awesome. So he just came back into the soap world. Okay, go on, Joshua. But you know what? But I ain't gonna lie. I wish him and Reva was like really like Reva. I'm sorry, her name is Reva. But I really wish they were like a couple in real life, because I really like seeing them together. And whoever wrote the script for Josh and Reva did a really good job. I'm just saying, put that out there. Marcia says, Tony, lately the trains are coming frequently and very loud. Oh my goodness. That would get on my nerves too. I just couldn't be able to do all that. That's just too much noise. Does it come in through like the middle of the night too, Marcia, when you're trying to sleep? March says, trains here, a country train. Blowing that whistle like a tomato, it's like a tornado is coming. Oh my goodness. The whistles, the blowings of the whistles too. So they doing the most. They doing the most. They doing all the train can do. You get to hear that chicka chicka choo choo, chicka chicka choo choo. I can't really whistle anymore, but you get the drift, right? I wonder why I can't whistle no more. I can a little bit. I could hear a little. Maybe I'm just not concentrating, but I could hear it a little bit. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Marsha says, yes, middle of the night, and like it is going to blow up. There is nothing like that y'all can put in. I mean, I guess because the trains actually have to go, they probably have like products on there, people. I don't know. Is it like a merchant train, like where do you know what's on the train? Like a merchant train, like are they shipping products, or is it like actual like a traveling train? Both, or you just don't know. But usually I know those trains that are out there like that, they're usually, I call them merchant trains, meaning like they carry product. Tony says, I lived near tracks growing up. That's why they bother me now. I can only imagine, Tony. I can only imagine. Woo! Marcia says, some are shipping products, no traveling train in this. Wow, Marcia, they don't even want to come through the town, huh? Well, I guess, because they'll be in and out like a blink of an eye. But I love small towns. I don't know if I can permanently live there. I'm not gonna lie to you. The only way I can probably live in a town of that population is like being probably to the max maybe 20 minutes away from the nearest town, because I don't know. I just can't. I don't want to just be in the town. But I'm so much like, I guess, a city girl. I'm used to being in the city. But I mean, I've been many places where everything has just been, pretty much isolated in the country. Like I said, my grandmother, when we were in Florida and stuff, they had land out there, and it was just like, it was nice. And we go out there on the weekends, but we didn't like go out there and like live out there. But it was very nice. And I always said, if I ever lived in the country, I would have to be like at least 20 minutes, max probably from a city, like where I can go grocery shopping, get gas, probably run in and get a couple of items somewhere to where I'm not driving like 45 minutes to an hour, to go shop. But that's the one thing about living in this, in a country town, is that you're going to be kind of out. Oh, they rubbled the house so that everything was just shaking. That's when you know they close. That's when you know they too close, Tony. When they rumbling the house, that's too close. Could you imagine what is shaking? If it's shaking your house, could you imagine what it's doing to your foundation because of the pressure that's being put on that land at that moment? Yes, yeah. Marcia said they do. Marcia, do you have like a lot of problems with like foundation, like the shifting of your house or anything? Because I would think like if you can actually feel it rumble the house because of the vibration, it just makes me think, well, maybe it would be something to interfere with the foundation and to where it shifts the land. But I don't know. Marcia says you cannot make it here, point blank, and this is real red state and red dirt. Marcia, you know what? You're probably right. I probably wouldn't. I would probably need to be out there like that if I'm like probably like a vacation or trying to get myself together, like with thoughts you want to write, just something to isolate yourself away from things for a while. That's the only way I can see myself out there like that. But you're right. I would not make it, Marcia. I wouldn't. It'll be a big struggle for me. But it would be something that I would like to do, like on just free time, like downtime, recollect my thoughts. Go out there and like doing a fasting or something like that, to where you're not being bothered, or I don't want to say bothered, but you're not convenient for distractions. So that's why I would like to be out there. Just time to get away, time to think, time to recollect. So if I ever had, the chance, I would make like a vacation home, kind of like out somewhere, versus inside of the city. Tony says that reminds me of the show Sweet Magnolias on Net. I have not seen that. I have not seen that. Is it good? Because a lot of people say that it's actually really good. But I'm gonna check it out. In fact, y'all look. I'm always writing something because I don't like to forget. And then I want to actually try it too. I want to see it. I want to see, and it's called Sweet. I've heard people talk about that one. I don't get to watch a lot of TV, so Tony. So I like to, when I do have the opportunity, I like to get on shows, and especially those ones that I can like pause and then go back, and or just kind of like watch on my own timing. So I'm gonna have to try that though on Netflix. Marcia says, "Great point, Trina. Yes, shifting, but also we had fracking here in Oklahoma and had lots of earthquakes 3 years ago." Oh, wow, Marcia. Wow. Yeah, because I would only think like a lot of people would have a lot of problems with the foundations on their homes. And then plus, probably depending on how they're actually, constructed down through the ground. So do you have to use sucker hoses as well? Like when it gets hot, do you use the sucker hoses and put them around your house to help with the dirt around the house so it can settle? It helps, with the foundation, but they call them sucker hoses. But some people probably call them ground hoses or something. I don't know. But you do put them around. It's made for you to put it around your home. Some people use it for gardening because you can turn it on. It has like little holes in it and it releases water. But it's good to put it around the house too, so it can keep your clay nice. And, you ain't going to keep it on like all day, every day. But some people do it early morning before the sun comes and beam it out. Or some people do it like going into the evening time as the sun is getting ready to go down. And I know that it keeps the foundation of the house stable to where, like one place ain't getting so much water, or, that something like that. Yeah. Yeah, Marcia, you might want to watch it because I heard it was really good. Okay, so it's not something you pretty much watch a lot either, but it's nice. We gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. And you know what the funniest thing is, Marcia, you had asked Tony if they were country bumpkins. But the funny thing about it is Tony knew what the country bumpkins were. And Tony, it's funny to me because A lot of people don't know what country bumpkins are or what they're considered to be pumpkins. And I just laugh because that was a term that was used like by ancestors years ago, you know? And so one day, Marcia and I was on here, we were talking, and we had some more guests on here. And she was telling me, she was like, yeah, and the country bumpkins. And I was like, wow, like I hadn't heard that phrase in so long. So it just amazes me. I love it. But yeah, so as long as you understand it. Marcia says, I never saw those hoses. Are you talking about soaking hoses? Maybe they are called soaking hoses, but I don't know. But they have little, it looks like I don't know why I call them sucker hoses. I call them sucker hoses because to me I just feel like that suction. But anyways, but they might be soaking hoses, but um they look like regular water hoses, but they have little holes that's poked in them. And you just put them, you connect it to the faucet and everything. And then when you turn it on, it'll like run. Because the way you place it is you place the parts with the little holes like towards the ground. So it can, that's where the water can go under the house or around the surface, around the foundation. But you can probably soaker hoses, but I call them suction hoses. But it might be suction hose. But yeah, I don't know, Marcia. You might be right, but I call them something different. But you probably more right than I am. Tony says, my people are from Texas. Really? So what part of Texas are they from, Tony? I've been in Texas the majority of my life. However, I did spend 11 years in Florida, but that was growing up. There's still country people here in Midland. Yes, I believe we're everywhere. We're everywhere. Southerners, we travel. We travel. And I like my little city too, where I'm at, because it's just very diverse, very diverse. I love it here. Yes, Marcia. You said I know soaking hoses have holes all over. I didn't know they did all of that. Yes, if you take them, and that's what they're primarily made for. Like I said, but people use it for different, you know, some people use it for their garden, you know, instead of just having the water thing. What does they call them things? And the water, whatever. But people have those to put, and it really does help. And the reason I know that it helps is because my ex-in-laws, the grandmother had some and placed it around her house, and especially during the summertime, and you can literally tell the difference. Like, it was crazy because at one point you can tell where some of the brick on the house was trying to like crack, but when she started using those sucker hoses and would turn them on, you can literally see like the clay from the bricks like mending back together. And the house, you can tell like the shifting of the house kind of settled back into it. Was, but they do work. They do work. Maryland, I went to Baltimore on TVY for the government. Oh, well, Marsha, I hate that they didn't treat you nicely. You know what? In my old town, Marsha, people are like that. You tell them hello and they just They just look at you like you crazy. Like I don't understand that. And it should not bother us, but I think it does bother me because I'm like, just, people are trying to be kind and some people just having a bad day. And so those individual people are still learning, just like all of us are still learning how to manage and strengthen our weak points about ourselves. Because sometimes we don't even know that we're doing certain things, we don't realize how we're coming over on certain people. So we have to just continue to be nice. Just continue to be nice. And hopefully one day those same individuals who decided that they wanted to have a bad day or they were having a bad day, and wanted to take it out on someone else, those are the ones we have to pray for them. We got to keep positive, I call it positive notes on them, because it's sometimes it's not their fault. I know we make the decision of what we want to do with our days, how we wake up, how we feel. We have a lot of decisions in that. And if we choose, as we all know, if we don't choose to be happy or being positive, then that's gonna come back to is negativity. And we want to we want to rebuke all that. We don't need all that negativity, you know. So just because somebody's mean, y'all just make sure that we just keep calm. We continue to stay nice and kind. You know, don't let nobody bring out the worst in you. And if they are, just keeping it real, then that's what they get. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. That's why I always think that it's just nice to be nice. Be nice, be respectful, remove yourself from certain situations that that are not good for you. Don't even place yourself in situations that that are not going to be good for you. Don't be around individuals that that are not going to be good for you. And no matter what you do to try to get them on the right path, it's not going to work. And it's not because it's you. It's not really because it's them. They have to be ready, and they may not know the direction. They might be scared. Some people are scared of change. Okay. So yes. So we just go stay calm. Tony says they come from Brownsville and Corpus Christi, both sides. They came up during World War II. Corpus Christi is a pretty city. Sprinklers. Well, I lived in Corpus Christi for the majority of my life. I did, honestly. So I know Corpus Christi very, very well. I was actually there last weekend. It was my BFF sisters. Well, my BFF, she's like my sister. It was her husband did a birthday get together for her. And I got to go and see her. So it was nice. But yes, I love Corpus. It is growing. It's not a place that I would want to live if I was having a growing family. Only because I feel like the resources are limited, and I feel like it's more for people that are either retired, and or they already have their life, the way they want it. Far as like I'm settled, I'm happy like this with my life, and my kids are growing. But if you are looking to venture out and grow and experience different things, you have to move out of Corpus. Corpus is becoming more of like a tourist. It's always been like a tourist town, but now it has expanded. It has grown so much, and so many people. A lot of tourists go down there. And of course, a lot of people know about it because there is a military base down there. So we do have military personnel. But it's a nice city. It really is. But I choose, if, you want to raise a family, to do it, in another little city. But wherever you choose to raise your children, that's, your choice. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, like, for bigger opportunities, and like there are so many more opportunities that are going into Corpus right now because of so many constructions that they're doing right now. They're rebuilding the bridge, the Harbor Bridge. I don't know if y'all know what the Harbor Bridge is, but it's a really nice bridge. But there is a lot of things in Corpus that you can do, a lot of history. So yeah, got some stars that came from Corpus Christi, Farrah Fawcett. Yeah, she from Corpus. Yes, Tony, I was trying to say sprinklers when I was doing that. Like instead of putting on their sprinklers, they use the suction hoses and stuff. Marcia says it bothers me because I was being cordial. You know what? It bothers me too when you're being cordial and people just are very ugly, and it will bring you down and suck you in if you allow it. But that's one thing about what we're trying to build here on Unique Inspirations is learning how we can take somebody else's negativity that could affect us and turn it into something positive. And though you were trying to be as cordial as possible, Marcia, sometimes it just don't work. If somebody's having a bad day, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people. If I'm having a bad day, I would love for somebody to tell me hi or smile or how are you doing today, because it gives you that opportunity to know like they're still nice people. But when you just ugly and just, and I'm not talking about physically ugly, I'm talking about ugly as in your ways, your attitude, you know, because I feel like all of us on the outside, we're still beautiful. It doesn't matter what we look like because God created us. And so to me, beauty is what they say lies within the beholder, right? So just because we look one way on the outside doesn't mean we are the same on the inside. And I want to be beautiful from the inside out. Like I always say, what you put out is what you get in. What you get in is what you put out. So, you know, be kind. Be kind to everybody. Even if you got to walk away sometimes, because sometimes that's the best thing to do. Tony says my connection is breaking. I'm sorry, Tony. I had some connection issues all this past week. Not with my internet, but it seemed like my work internet was just like so weird. Marcia says, I was in a city that was fast paced. Yeah, when you go into those cities that are fast paced, especially Marcia, with you being in the country, no harm and no offense to that, but usually people that live are so used to living in the country where it's slow, a lot slow pace, more slow pace, and everybody kind of just have their own agenda kind of going, and then you come and you're in this fast-paced city, and it's like, wait a minute, you slow down. Why are you such in a rush? But everybody goes off this. Everybody goes off this time. And it's like I even get like that sometimes. Like, oh my goodness, time. You got to make sure everything's done before the time, but I don't know. I wish we didn't have to always rely on time, but if we want to make it to work on time, if we want to make it, to church on time, if we want to get up and spend time with God, and we need time because we only get 24 hours in a day, so we better make the best of it. That's sweet, Marcia. Yes. It's no fun. Tony says it's a normal thing, and MD gotta apologize for that. Oh wow. Sometimes we apologize for things that we don't even have to apologize for. It should be some stuff that we apologize for is like common sense stuff. Y'all ever notice that? It's like, why am I even apologizing for that? But I have a habit of doing that too. Like sometimes I'll be like, I'm sorry, y'all, but da, da, da. And then you think about it and you're like, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry kind of thing. I'm big on that. Sorry, but not sorry. Marsha says, it's okay, Tony. First time going TDY, a great learning experience for me. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, it's the whole military thing when they go out, and the TDY is like when y'all leave, right, Marsha? Like when you're out on a leave or like training purposes, something like that, right? Tony says, I've got to think about why it's like that here. I don't know. I don't know. It'd be so amazing. Like it when I say amazing, it amazes me how some individuals, and this is not judging anybody, but it amazes me how some individuals just think that being careless and being rude and ugly with other people are so, like, it's okay, and it's not, but those usually those individuals really aren't happy with themselves, and I wish I could just touch everybody and just let them be happy with themselves, because sometimes we take somebody else's doing, and we want to be held responsible for it or feel like we're responsible for it, and we're not. And and that person is hurting, and so the only way they can get relief is by hurting somebody else. So it's those individuals that I want to focus on getting myself together so I can know how to help those individuals, because it's something, like how I said, how we're quick to say I don't know. We're quick to say I don't know because, for one, it's fast, easy, and convenient, as an answer. Sometimes we don't even let ourselves process long enough so we can say why. It's just easy to say, I don't know. But in reality, we do know. We just don't take the time to process it. And sometimes it's done off the conscious mind. Think about that. Sometimes it's done off the conscious mind. And that's why it's so quick to say, I don't know. I don't know. Went to Biloxi and Virginia Beach. Oh, where is that at? I know where Virginia Beach is, but where is Biloxi? Am I even saying that right? Probably not. Marcia says, yes, like we are on leave for military and civilians. Okay, thought so. Okay, all right. Tony says, yes, I didn't get offended when people act like that way with me. It's normal, but I will respond back. And you know what's crazy is because it's normal. Like, people think that it's normal. It's not normal. It's not, Tony. It's normal because that's what society has allowed to, how society has allowed us, as all of us as individuals, to act that way. Not saying we can't express ourselves, but we should know how to take into consideration of being respectful to individuals around us. You know what I mean? But it's like it's a norm, and it's like we consider that norm when we know damn well that it's not norm. You know what I mean? Like, that sucks for us. That really sucks for us, because some people feel like it's normal, so it's like, let me react to it in another way. But if I went to your city, I guess what I'm saying is, if I went to your city and something like that was with me was to happen, I'm not going to take it as a norm. I mean, that's because it's my personality. My personality does not see that as being a norm. Does that make sense? I just feel like no matter what we do, no matter how many years have went by, whatever, we as individuals, humans, everybody needs to be respected. And I feel like the people that are hurting, yeah, it's a norm of how they treat people, but those people also need to be treated so that we can help them live outside of what they consider norm. You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense, because nobody should have to do that. Tony says, love Virginia Beach. I've never been there, but I have heard great things about it. Okay. Biloxi, Mississippi. Okay. Gotcha. Biloxi. Okay. Marsha says, I said, excuse me, but I could not act a fool while on TV. Why? I just stepped back and said, I am not in Oklahoma. Be cool. You know what, Marsha? Sometimes that we have to do that. Sometimes we do have to like walk back. And I know some people like, oh, I hate when I have to do that because I'm not bound down for nobody. And I get it. I get it, because I have that same part of that frustration in me too. Like, no, like, you're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to treat me like this. You're not going to. So none of us like those things. And sometimes the best thing to do is back down. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to say back down in a bad way, but just back off, because we never know. We never know what that individual is capable of doing. You know what I mean? And it sucks that we have to have that type of feeling, but backing away from the situation, because that's what I'm gonna say. It's not backing away from the person, the individual, it's the situation. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I have to think about it sometimes when I'm out here in the public and we see individuals act in certain ways. I try not to blame it on them. I try to blame it on the situation and say, it's just the situation. You know what I mean? Knowing that damn well it's not always the situation. But in order for me to not, put more fire on the fuel, any more fuel on the fire, I'd rather just back off and say, you know what, they can have this. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to feel bad for what I did. All I can do is just thank God for getting me out of the situation, and that nothing more, was created within that time. And just pray for that other person, just pray for them. Okay, so it's like two different worlds, but they are similar. Okay, I've not been over there. One day I'm gonna make it. I'm telling y'all, one day I'm gonna be all over these major cities looking and talking with people. It's gonna be nice. Marcia says, downtown Baltimore, and stayed in that fancy hotel and went on the Riverwalk and took a boat ride to the other side. Hurricane had hit Baltimore months before, still cleaning up. Wow. 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 We have a river walk here in Texas. It's in San Antonio, Texas. So that's like about an hour away from me. I mean, if I had to drive from my house to where the river walk was, I can say, not walking, I'm driving. Probably take me about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, because I'm on the outskirts of my town, my little city. Tony says, okay, that explains why. Still no excuse though. That's true. There is no excuse, Tony, but we have to make excuses, girl. But we can't make excuses for everything and everybody, because wrong is wrong and right is right. But I'm just one of those people, I don't like conflict, but but I'm also not gonna let nobody stand over me either. Like, no, we're not doing that, and I'm not recommending for people to allow other people, because they having something or going through something, to walk over. No, you don't let nobody don't let nobody bitch you around like that. Okay. Just, you'll know if it's worth it or if it's not worth it. You know what I mean? And because we don't always have to look like the tough people. We don't always have to be the tough. We don't. We really don't. And so many people feel like if I allow somebody to talk to me like that, that means somebody else is going to do it. If somebody else treat me like that, then somebody else is going to do it. Comments, yeah, pretty much. People are going to test you and people are going to try you. But know who you are. Know what you can use as your best defense, other than anything besides negativity. But keeping it real, when you got to whoop ass, you got to whoop ass. When you got to stand up for yourself, you got to stand up for yourself. I don't recommend nobody taking any kind of bullshit from nobody. That's not cool. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I can walk away from the situation. I can do this. But some people will try you. Do you hear me? Some people will try you. But you got to walk away sometimes. You know what I mean? Because what they want, it ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth it. But yes, Tony, there ain't no excuse. Tony says, my friend wanted to move to Texas about 10 years ago, never did. Oh, to Houston? Oh, I can't live in Houston. Oh, my sister lives in Houston, my nieces. I got, I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to. You talking about fast pace? Houston is fast pace. And you talking about traffic upon traffic, traffic upon traffic. People with attitudes, we go find this everywhere we go. I get it. But I can't do Houston. I just can't. I really can't. I'm not that much of a city girl. And maybe you don't have to be a city person to be in Houston, but Houston for me is too fast. So I don't want to be, I'll go visit, but I ain't trying to live there. Not trying to live there. Oh, okay. I was back in 2002. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Marcia. Yes. But I mean, they are still growing. You know what I mean? Like, you go over there, they still growing all this stuff over there in Houston. But it's just a little too big for me. But yes, so Miss Marcia, Miss Tony, for anybody else that's in here live with me right now, I want to say thank you so much for being here with me. I really, really enjoyed each and every one of you. I've enjoyed the conversations. I mean, I love this where we can talk about things, get involved in more things, understand more things. And not only that, we learn how to understand ourselves and learn how to be open to communication, being a little bit more vulnerable and knowing it's okay for us to be who we are and not being judged and not having somebody swoop us off because we want to voice our own opinions. I just want to say thank you guys for coming out tonight. Y'all are wonderful. If you're watching this on replay, thank you as well too. You guys are important as well. So don't forget that. But I am going to get ready to call it a night. I will be back tomorrow at normal time, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. I will put something up either tonight, tomorrow. You know how it goes. I got to read the big book and see what I find that in there that we can probably talk about and, bring it to life. But I want to say thank you, Tony. Thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate you. I'm so glad that you came in, you stayed in, you embraced the conversation, you communicated with us. So thank you so much. Sending much love to you as well, and prayers. So thank you all once again for joining me tonight on Unique Inspirations with who? Me, Trina. And y'all have a great night. Be blessed and stay safe. Till next time. Good night.